Hey, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to another episode of Purse. Let's continue. Ricardo and I don't look at each other when we get back to training hall. I'm not really ignoring him, but he seems so lost in thought that I can't interrupt him. I'm still curious about whatever it is that's bugging him so much, but I know better than to ask. He'll tell me when he's ready. Won't he? He tells the illusion soundlessly, then looks at me. Hey, should I? Instead, I wave him so I can report to analyze the dog. I need to ask for an extension. I did my belt backward to have Ricardo there with his complete profile ready to go.
You go ahead, I'll catch up with you in a bit.
Sure. I nodded him.
Yeah, I'd rather do this by myself.
Ricardo seems strangely disappointed. He returns my nod briskly. If you say so. Ricardo walks off down the hall and I let out the breath I hadn't realized I'd been holding.
What is wrong with me?
A lot. With us. Our first real assignment together, and not only did I not succeed that there is this weirdness hanging between us. It's bad enough that I've been the queen of all things weird since we started going out, but this whole silence thing is totally new. I don't have a word for it, but I'm almost certain that whatever it is, it has to do with me. I'd think back on how he said it wasn't about Arthur, but more notably, how he didn't say what his silence was about. I push it out of my mind. We can talk about it later, maybe even after we've spoken with analyst. I call out to my team leader tentatively.
Analyst, I'm checking in.
He responds almost immediately. For some reason I have the strange sensation that he's been waiting for me to speak. Dragon, welcome. Is your mission a success? I let out an awkward laugh.
It was enlightening, that's for certain.
I take that to mean that it was not. What seems to have been the problem? I swallowed deeply.
Not exactly. It's true that there weren't a lot of targets at passing shop, for example. I tried to clarify.
I don't want to go into the details, analysts will read everything in my report anyway.
Let's just say that I was hoping I could get an extension.
My voice sounds small even to me, but the analyst replies gently. Are you unable to complete the mission even now? There is still daylight. Well, there is the fact that my mission partner and I are what exactly? We're not really fighting, but there is definitely something not quite right. I don't really want to bring that up for.
I gotta leave, but it's not one I can finish in one day. If possible, I'd like to force it.
Analyst doesn't respond immediately. Your report is neat, so I cannot give you clearance quite yet, but when you fill it out, I will consult the director. Did you cooperate well with Glamour? I wish I could ask Analyst how about that, just seems like I'm involving him in, for lack of a better word, where love stuff. I try to be as general as possible.
Glamour's objectives were clear.
I'm glad to hear it. Is that all? I shake my head slightly, trying to refocus on task at hand. I can't be completely occupied with Ricardo, even if I'm worried about him.
Oh, it's not all. Labs, I know I haven't filled in my report, but please, I need another chance. Can you speak with the director now? Since it's a joint assignment, I don't want to drag down Lamour's grade.
Very well, your appeal is received. I will confirm with the director on your behalf now. The room is silent for a few moments, and then it's not. On the basis of the high quality task work you have submitted, your request has been approved. I've updated mission details to reflect your extension. You will no longer need to file a report until the mission is complete and back to base. But that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. The relief washes over me.
Thanks so much, Analyst. You have no idea how much this means to me.
An interesting thought. You're dismissed. I leave the training room and take the long way through the base to the door, wondering what I'm going to say when I get to Ricardo's room. I leave the training room and take the long way through the base. Okay, wondering what he's going to say. Or maybe we won't have to talk about it. Maybe we can just chill, hang out for a while, figure out how we're gonna tackle the assignment for our second try. Well, how I'm going to tackle it anyway. I try not to dwell on it too much and detour returning to my room first. It's time like this that I wish I had a roommate, someone to talk to about these feelings. The bed beside me is empty, mainly by my parents' request. If other people knew what I looked like, they thought it would cause me nothing but trouble. I take a seat on my bed, pressing my face in my hands.
I should think this through.
I want our relationship to be strong, but I don't know what to do about it. Is it me or is it him? I think it's you.
Is it me?
I can't read Ricardo's mind, so all I can do is think about what I can do to strengthen our relationship. I want to date him, don't I?
I feel like I want us to be together, but I still feel like I don't know what that means.
I look at my hands. I want us to be normal, but I can't even remember how things used to be.
Ricardo used to put his arms around me, and I didn't think anything of it whenever he touched me. Now I just get so overwhelmed.
It's different from what I'm used to, as if I'm being overloaded just by being near him.
But it's not like I don't like it when he touches me. You're just so embarrassing.
I wish I could just tell him about it.
Wait a second.
I stand.
I can tell him about it, can I?
I mean, we've been dating for 2 months and we barely even hold fancy downs on me that. More than that, Ricardo is always the one who initiates contact. I wonder if I've already inadvertently been making him feel lonely. I wonder if he'd be upset if I tried to talk to him about it.
I guess all I can do is try.
I hear a knock on my dorm room door.
Who's it?
I look through the panel, but there is no one there.
Hello?
Ryger.
Oh.
The familiar voice surprised me. It's Glassmaker, Ricardo's old roommate. We haven't spoken since he moved out of Ricardo's room, and I'm still not sure why. Ricardo never told me when I asked so. The door slides open and shuts as the invisible natural walks into my room.
Hey, you're that trendy from the Team K Glassmaker, right? How are you?
I touched them again. You should just call me Victor. The chair spins as he presumably sits in it.
Alright, anyway, what brings you in?
Actually, I got you some. There's a rustling plastic sound as a hibiscus bouquet appears, the brilliant red flowers bounded beautifully together. I wonder where they'd come from, but then I remember that Glassmaker can make things invisible too. I reach out and pull back my hand, straight at the flowers in bewilderment.
What are these for?
It's a congratulatory bouquet. Think of it as sort of physical congratulations on receiving your first unsupervised mission. I heard about it, by the way.
Oh, wow.
I lean in, taking a deep whiff of the rich, sweet smell. Hibiscus is absolutely my favorite. Ricardo used to make flower crown illusions of them for me to wear when we were kids.
Definitely shouldn't have.
I lean away, scratching my neck slightly.
No Glamour and I actually had a joint mission. Are these for him too? Because if not, I won't feel right accepting this without one for him too.
Well, actually very tough for you. I blink, looking from the flowers to the space above them where I assumed his face would be. Don't look so surprised, I just did like probably work hard, and when I saw this guy, I thought he matched your smile perfect. They're both so beautiful after all. Beautiful. His compliments are embarrassing, but more than that, I have a feeling that his gesture is somehow loaded. It seems weird for him to buy flowers for me, and not Ricardo, especially when he's had even more interaction with Ricardo than with me. Glassmaker shakes the bouquet persuasively. I know if Ricardo's smile looked nearly as nice beside him. It stops moving. Directly in front of my face now. His voice is gentle, even a little persuasive as he lets out a little laugh. Please take them. It will make me really happy.
Fuck you!
Normally I'd take them, but he's being shady. It's too suspicious for there to not be an ulterior motive of some kind.
I don't think I should take them from you.
The flowers drop slightly. You don't like them? I shake my head.
Well, I mean, I do, but I don't think it's right for me to accept them. I don't want to lead you on.
Lead me on. They're just flowers. Their existence only serves to make me more suspicious. Of course, it's not the flowers themselves that are a problem. I try not to roll my eyes.
Even so, Glassmaker, I'm dating Ricardo. It doesn't seem right for me to take such a personal gift from you, sir.
I trade off.
Thank you, but no thank you.
He doesn't respond right away. The bouquet of flowers lowers until it faces the ground. You could just call me Victor, you know.
Excuse me?
Nothing. He places the bouquet on the bed. Well, I don't want you to grab it, so I'll just leave it here. If you hide it, that one, just throw them away or something. It's not like I have any use for them.
But...
The door opens and shuts before I can finish my sentence. That was...
unexpected.
I check the clock, letting it out aside. Pick up the bouquet from off my bed. Break one of the stems, I stick it behind my ear, pinching it between two scales to keep it attached. It's gorgeous. But I wonder how he knew how to get me hibiscus flowers.
Huh.
I leave the flower and the rest of the bouquet on my desk. I should go meet up with Ricardo.
We need to talk.
We're both going until we're absolutely certain we've gotten far enough away and that nobody's noticed us leaving. The park is the easiest to get through since if either of us spends any money, we'll be tracked easily. It's the best choice I think we could have made. I glanced at Ricardo's face. He looked carefully thoughtful. I can't believe we're really sneaking out. I kind of agree with him. I just want to talk about us, but the way in that conversation within, it seemed like coming out of here was inevitable, no matter what. I lift my shoulders mildly in response.
You're the one who said you wanted to be just like the old times.
He looks over at me, his voice tingled with amusement. True, but I didn't think you'd actually. He freezes in fear as a police car flies down past the entrance to the park. Siren is blaring, but it's not for us. It speeds past us, my fears unfounded. I glance towards Ricardo, and the moment our eyes meet, we burst out laughing.
I'm glad we came here. It feels like it's been so long since I've had a breath of fresh air.
I'm right there with you. I smile and sit down on the park bench. So what do we do now? I hadn't thought that far, honestly.
Anything we want, I guess.
He lets out a sigh, and I sit down further in the bench and watching the sunset. I noticed that Ricardo is looking at me.
What?
Seriously, what do we do now? I hadn't done anything like this in so long that no suggestions come to mind. We came out of here to be like we used to be before we were a couple, but we want to be like we used to be because we're a couple now. I feel more comfortable. If I concentrate on Ricardo without worrying about how to act around him, I can almost feel normal again.
More of the past of what used to be, more of the future of what we want to be.
Yeah, I mean future, right?
We could indulge ourselves a little. I haven't had a good milkshake in a while.
There's an ice cream parlor about a block away. Is there? I've never been to great with directions, but...
Wait a second, how do you know?
Ricardo flashed me a smug smile. Just because we had been going out like we used to doesn't mean I haven't. The shock must appear on my face because he laughs brightly.
Well, since you know the way. Fine, let's get ice cream. We have to hurry back here to watch the fireflies come out.
Let me see. He looks thoughtful. Well, since you want to enter the bar, why don't you just stay here? I'll be right back.
I
squeeze my eyes shut, concentrating on calming the pounding in my chest. Then I promise myself I have to tell him how I feel so he doesn't get the wrong impression. He waits patiently.
Was the whole point of this so that we could, spend a bit of time together?
My voice gets smaller, but at least I'm safe. I feel my face heating and feel grateful that my blushes at least are invisible. Gingerly as for afraid I would flinch away, Ricardo reached for my face so slowly that when his hand finally meets my cheek, a sense of relief flows through me. He shuts his eyes and touches my forehead against his. I'll be right back. Don't miss me too much. The touch is so gentle but still manages to render me speechless. Ricardo seems to be transitioning so easily, but he still makes me feel nervous. A good kind of nervous, but nervous all the same. He's not gone long when he returns with the largest strawberry milkshake I've ever seen, and 2 rainbow-colored swirled straws in his shivering hands. He lights up when he sees me. I'm not sure the swirly straws work so well with milkshakes, but they pepper them, so who am I to question an ice cream professional? He sets the cup down between us on the bench and hands me a straw. You get the first sip. I snort. When we were children, he would have never. I stop a thought in its tracks. Reminiscing is one thing, but I have to keep in mind that we are not children anymore. I look at him, taking in his broad shoulders and tall frame. My stomach twists. When did he become a man?
It's absolutely amazing.
Ricardo looks at me strangely. You haven't even sipped it yet. I take a long draught of the milkshake, shaken by my thoughts.
That was an assessment from the future, and I was right. This is absolutely amazing.
He smiles, seeming to buy my cover. After a few minutes, the first spot of light appears in the air in front of us. I gestured at it and snatched Ricardo with my elbow. Yes?
Why do you think they're called lightning bugs?
What?
Fireflies. Some people call them lightning bugs.
Ricardo crossed his legs. his arm around the back of the bench and touching my shoulder slightly feels natural to lean into him. Just do, so I do. I wonder when he put it there. I guess because of the way they only flare up for a second or two. You know, like a lightning flash.
I know. When I think of lightning, I think of something a little more intense.
It would be really intense for the fireflies.
You mean it's like a bug-sized lightning strike in their butts?
Ricardo chuckles. No idea. Well, yeah, I guess that's what I mean. What it feels like lightning to them. I feel a sense of thrill. It's a stupid conversation, but we're talking so normally.
It's kind of cute.
Is it?
Yeah, kind of.
Ricardo, rather than saying anything more on the subject, takes a long drink from our milkshake. I decide to join him from my own straw. Our eyes meet, and when I smile, I'm glad to see that he is too. I lean forward and so that our foreheads touch again. Mine's smooth and scaly, and he's soft and fleshy, but he doesn't seem to notice.
How are you feeling?
What do you mean?
Well, you know, earlier you don't want to go do something else instead. We don't have to stay here. I want you to have fun, you know.
Oh, that. He pulls his face away, just enough space for a firefly to float lazily between us, lightning blinking twice. I'm feeling pretty good. I know we said we don't have fun anymore, Karinda, and trust me, I'm glad we did this. But I want to know that as long as we have some real time together, I don't really care what we do. I just want to spend more time with you, quality time like this, away from training and analyst and hero work. He pulls away from our future series. We won't always be able to sneak out and go get ice cream whenever we want to. The time to have these kinds of moments is slipping away, and I feel like I don't always know where we stand. As he talks, I'm distracted by the hair hanging his face. I brush a few strands away, arranging them slightly before dropping my hand.
Hey, mate. Sometimes I don't know either. I'm still learning, and sometimes it might seem like I'm distant, but that's not because I get nervous. I believe in us, Ricardo. I will figure this weirdness out, and I'm not going anywhere anytime soon.
He meets my eyes, flashing me a rare full smile. I know, Carmelita. I'm quiet for a little while, just enjoying being near Ricardo. The world seems to slow down, letting us take the night at our own pace. As the cars go by, the moon above us slowly making its creeping journey across the sky. At some point, I'm not sure how long it's been. I think I noticed that Ricardo's hand has moved a little closer to mine. Take his hand, together we... Boom. I swallow, then look away from his hand, willing it to move despite my heart pounding in my chest. I mean hand. Wait, no. What am I talking about? Willing to move despite my heart pounding my chest. My hand drifts over to his, hooking my pinky around his. What? I see him look at me, but I don't look. That's weird. Well, pinky. God damn it, I think I'm tired. When he pulls away, the disappointment surges across my chest until I feel his fingers tentatively intertwine with mine. I held our breath. I didn't know I was holding. He must have heard me because I feel Ricardo's hand giving me a comforting squeeze. I close my eyes. I just want to rest here with him for a little while. The sound of city washes over me. I sit back comfortably and listen to the crickets chirping. The cars rushing by, the gentle rustling of the leaves in the breeze. I don't know how the future will go or how long we'll be with each other. Being a hero is a tough job, and even our teams won't last forever. After all, one day some of the team could be killed. We could be transferred to different parts of the world. Even if we did manage to stick there, we can't save ourselves from getting older. If something happened to Ricardo, I put it all out of my head. With the two of us together, I can't imagine anything going wrong.
What?
Ricardo shakes me gently by the shoulder. Carmelita, you fell asleep. I am drowsy, then cling closer to him.
Yeah, it's night time.
We should get back. I know I should stand, but I can't find the strength in me. I press myself close to Ricardo's side, refusing to move. He sighs, but then I feel the sensation of being lifted. I wrap my arms around his neck so he doesn't drop me. Tossing the empty milkshake cup into a nearby trash can, Ricardo takes a few staggering steps, but he winces at the wave. My sleep was just too heavy for him. I open my eyes and tease him mildly, rubbing my eyes.
Naturals, they just don't make them like they used to.
All this from a person still in the throes of sleep. Huh, more mouthly than expected. His voice is level, but that doesn't change the fact that he was seriously straining. I smile and bump him lightly in the arm.
Come on, Twiggy, let's go home!
We stroll slowly back through the park, wanting to get back into bed soon, but at the same time not really in a rush to get there. I'm not too sleepy, but he trusted with directions, so I follow Ricardo and trust that he will lead me the right way back home. I think we go out of course. Could be he's secretly just as tired as I am, but we find turn a corner and I'm reoriented. One of the entrances to the base is right over there. Just as I'm about to step onto the crosswalk, Ricardo grabs my hand and pulls me into an alleyway.
What is it?
Look over there at the bus station. I squint and try to make it out, but it's a little too far away and the street lamps aren't quite bright enough for me to see what he's talking about.
I don't see anything.
Over there, by the station, there is a guy sitting down. Don't you recognize him? The distant band swims into focus and I realize I do. Is that? And it is. It's definitely the guy from the pastry shop. Ricardo, thinking I still don't recognize him, mutters under his breath. What was his name? Artemis?
Arthur!
Right. I stand there, my feet rooted in place. Ricardo looks at me. Well?
Well, what?
Well, now's the perfect chance for him to complete the mission. Go over there and talk to him.
What? Now? But we're...
Trail off, it seems strange to just sleep like this. Look, this is a golden opportunity. You have to follow through with these things. If you want to get certified, then you can do things halfway. This morning's catastrophe haunts me. Honestly, I can hardly believe it was only this morning. I stumbled through the excuses.
What if I mess up again? I'm ready, I just can't.
But you can. Hearing my tongue from his lips makes me lift my eyes to meet his. I believe in you, and because I believe in you, I know we can do this. I look between Arthur and Ricardo and can't help but feel like I'm choosing between them.
Oh my god!
Boom! It's weird to get outfitted with someone I should be with Ricardo, but I want to be a hero. And I'm not the only one. I know that Ricardo at least wants me to be one too. He's always been here to support me, and I want him to feel like that support was worth the time and mine. I straighten, swallowing hard.
I'll do it. I'll go and talk to him.
Good.
I just need...
I know. Ricardo shuts his eyes and concentrates on creating my old illusion from before. I try to wait patiently, but the anticipation makes my knees shake. I need something more than rushing words, and that little smile he does. I need strength. I slowly reach for him, taking his face in both my hands. He opens his eyes mentally. What are you? But the words fade away as he sees just how close my face is to his.
Can I kiss you?
Right. After I've finished clamoring you, he stares in my eyes, and the way he glances at my lips tells me that he doesn't really want to say no. But he doesn't say yes. Why? I don't have the words. His voice sounds unsure. This isn't like you, so.
I'm scared, hello. I'm not strong enough, but I feel like being with you will give me the strength I need.
He looks at me, the look in his eyes gentle. Carmela, you already have the strength you need. You don't need to do something like this.
But what if I want to?
He lifts his shoulders slightly and doesn't respond, but he doesn't move away either. I pull him lower so that his face is the same level as mine and press my lips to his. Ricardo doesn't move at first, but then I feel his hands straight up on my back to pull me a little closer. His mouth tells, and I can feel his lips warming, gingerly stroking mine. The kiss is unrushed, unhurried, and for a second I wish that I'd thought to kiss me earlier. Is this what it means to change? It's funny. There's a tingle in my stomach, but it feels different, a good different. I don't feel nervous at all. Ricardo strengthens, and when our eyes meet, I grin at him. He gives me a little smile at them, then sighs, his voice light and mildly teasing. You know, it's one thing to try to be all mature about this, doing all this reconfiguring of our relationship to understand how to make it work. It's another to watch you run off from our day to go flirt with some other guy and make me help you do it. He lifts an eyebrow at me, but I just look at him.
What are you saying?
Just that I would love some sign of appreciation for the sacrifices I'm making here. I lean again, this time for feeling bolder. Ricardo leans forward in a way I would call eager if I didn't know Ricardo well. When he gets closer, instead of hitting him again, I press my cheek against his, speaking low enough in his ear for him to hear me.
Don't you have something concentrating to do?
I catch a flash of his teeth. His laughter sunk as he steps back and shuts his eyes again. This time, I managed to wait out the entire process without messing him up.
Thank you, Glamour.
He nods one. Ariadna. The name of my cover makes me smile.
I'll be right back. Stay out of sight, okay?
But I didn't have to say it. He's already gone. He crosses the street and heads towards the bus station where Arthur is sitting. Technically, Ricardo's power is kinda super useful because technically you can change someone, how he looks and so on. I bet he can change himself as well, but also I'm pretty sure with that he's capable of making himself invisible. So it's the same power, but on a, not really the same power, but it's a higher level power than that glassmaker guy or whatever it was. His name, whatever. Right? Who cares?
Hey, Arthur, right?
Ricardo looks at me smiling.
It went well.
I know. I tilt my head curiously.
How you kept out of sight, right?
He laughs. He just drinks. Sometimes when we are connected, he drives off. It's complicated and I don't know how it works yet, sorry.
Okay, well, you'll tell me eventually. I know I don't really get it, but try.
He nods. Of course, I know you do, Carmel. Ricardo holds out his hand for a high five. When I reach out to slap my palm against his, my hand is back to normal. I didn't even notice the change. Come on, let's go back home. I followed him further down the alleyway, trailing my clothes against the dirty wall. The gentle scraping sound is soothing somehow, at least to me. We make our way through the maze of alleyways, crossing over to the WPP's property line through the woods and weaving it until I can finally see Ricardo's window just ahead of us. I pick up my pace also. Not to be left behind, Ricardo speeds up to match me, so we're walking side by side. Our hands clink at our sides as we walk, and once or twice our fingertips brush together. I let out a quiet sigh. Calm, curiosity, confusion. I don't know how to read him clearly, but then he settles on a half smile, an expression I mirror back. Who? I just thought you squeezed my hand sometimes, but in general we don't hold hands very often, do we?
Nope.
He hesitates. I would like it if we did that more often.
Me too.
He takes my hand in his. We go the rest of the way back home in silence, but everything feels okay, like there is nothing that really needs to be said right now. I can't sleep. Dreams of what we could be keep the lure of sleep away from me. I can't put my finger on it, but somehow I feel like I'm changing in a good way. The idea makes my throat catch. Ricardo and I. It was confusing sometimes, but the feelings I've had lately, I'm certain about them. They are different, but I can't imagine letting them go. It's true that I want Ricardo to be here with me, and I want our friendship to be strong, but I don't want to let go of the way he sometimes looks at me, and he doesn't look at me. The way he sometimes says my name. The way he glances at my lips from across the room.
I want both!
The relief I feel serves as a sedative, and I find myself sinking deeper into the throes of sleep. It's taken me a few days to get to this point, but I'm finally here. I sit down at the foot of Ricardo's bed and wait for him to wake up. I take time to reflect on what I'm going to say when he finally does. It takes a bit longer than expected. He's probably tired from staying up late, finishing up mission reports, but eventually he shifts underneath his blanket and sits up in bed. Carmeta, what are you doing here? I want both. I imagine myself reaching out and running my hands through the hair. I'm not there, but one day I hope to be. I keep my voice light.
Your hair's a mess.
Well, I just woke up. I sit gingerly on the bed. Then before I can second guess myself, I search myself on the outside of it. The sheets are between us, but I don't think I've ever seen Ricardo's eyes so wide.
Do you mind if I lie down here with you?
He opens his mouth to respond, but no words come out. He takes a moment to find his words. Okay, I think you're already doing that. Let me put it on a shirt first, at least. There was a time when he wouldn't have cared about something like that, but even that makes me smile as I wait for him to get gone. Now we're talking. What's going on?
I wanted to talk about that night.
That seems to get his attention. His eyes suddenly bright and alert. Is everything okay?
I think so. After we snuck out there. I just need to sleep myself up and figure out how to say it to you.
Okay. And he waits, looking at me patiently. He's always so patient with me.
Thank you.
I stretch the ceiling from the bed. It's easier to stretch the ceiling because if I look into his face, I'm certain I will have a heart attack.
I've always been with you, but the last ones with you were really different for me. Even since before we started meeting, everything had always been so great. Whenever I was with you, that I didn't understand how I was supposed to change. I was so happy either way that I didn't get the difference.
I glance at him quickly. He's still staring at me intently, but Ricardo's expression doesn't change. Even though he looks like he wants to speak, his mouth doesn't budge an inch as I air my thoughts. The way he listens to me, really listens, is just another thing I really like about him.
You're my best friend, my partner, and I really, really care about you, Ricardo. I've always thought that no matter what, as long as we're together, everything will be okay, but that night made me realize something that I think I've known for a long time.
I squeeze my eyes shut, my throat itching as I squeeze out the words.
I'm holding you back.
What? Carmelita. He sits up, but I sit up faster, pressing my hand against his chest.
Let me finish, please. I need you to hear this.
He nods silently, leaning up on his elbows. When I pull my hand away, he sits up slowly.
I really care about you, Ricardo. And because I care about you, I've always known that you don't really care about heroes. I know how the idea of becoming a hero even more. And I thought it would be okay if we choose truth together instead of lying for offensive. But let's be real, I can't keep drawing you around with me and expecting you to be happy. You should just be out doing what you really want to do, not staying here with me just because you feel obligated to be or something.
I stare down at my hands.
I really want to do this with, but even more than that, I want you to be doing what you want to do.
Ricardo is quiet for a long time, then he reaches over and takes my left hand in both his. You're not the only one going through some changes.
I'm not.
No, you're not. I have a confession to make. I just might be starting not completely. I hate the idea of working for the World Protection Program. I mean, let's be real, do I think the idea of tax is stupid? Definitely. Am I annoyed by the fact that certified heroes are practically celebrities when we do what we should do? Very. Thank you. Thank you! I agree with that. But hero work itself? I'm not going to lie, I didn't care when we first started this whole thing, and even the pre-training courses didn't do much for me. But when we were out in the field together, I kind of enjoyed the challenge.
You did?
He nods once. And another thing, to tell you the truth, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. What I really want most in the world is to be with you. Seeing that pride you take in your work, the way you just know you're going to be a hero. The way you've always known. That makes me happy. As long as we can still remember who we really are, maybe sneak out every once in a while, I can't complain. He smiles. I was happy to be your friend. I'm even happier to be your boyfriend. There is nothing else I can ask for. And I think my parents would be really happy for us too. Neither of us say anything for a little while. I look at Ricardo. Ricardo looks at me. A mutual understanding, something that wasn't there before, passes between us. When Ricardo reaches out towards me, I will myself not move. Not because I'm afraid, but because my heart is pounding so hard that I'm sure he'll hear it. My eyes squeezed shut. I went for the kiss. But I'm surprised with the sound of Ricardo chuckling. Okay, I get it. At least, I think I do. Do you not like being kissed? He rubs his neck, wincing slightly. Or do you not like kissing me? I'll admit it's kind of depressing to imagine that this is all because of me, but it wouldn't hurt to talk about it. I open an eye. This is going to sound so stupid. I speak as quickly as possible.
Is that what you think? I mean, Ricardo, my heart is pounding really hard right now.
What?
I don't know if you want to hear this, but being around you just makes me so nervous. My heart starts beating so fast that I don't know how to react. You always seem so comfortable transition. Like I looked up and you were suddenly more than my best friend. You become my friend. You were just so good at it. You never seem nervous or embarrassed or shy, just strong and steady.
Ricardo has recalled, not in words and weight. He stares at me, holding out his hand. I place my hand into his with uncertainty, and he pulls it towards him, pressing it fluently against his chest. At first I don't understand, but then I realize that I can feel his heart fluttering quickly against the palm of my hand. Wide-eyed, I look up at him.
You do still?
Me too, still. I'm just as nervous as you, Carmelita.
You never seem.
He lowers over our hands, resting them on his lap. I know, all the stuff you said about me seeming strong and steady, it's not like I was acting that way by accident. If I'm not someone you can lean on, then how can I call myself your man? That makes me blink. I didn't know the way I viewed him concerned me so much.
So whenever you want to touch me, your heart's going crazy, even if you don't look like it?
That will be a yes.
How do you keep it together then?
Ricardo smiles, stroking my cheek with his tongue. Mostly, I don't let my split bow at it, and I can just ignore my boots, then I figure that one fall I feel nervous, that is, I don't feel kind of nervous. It's exciting too. If it doesn't feel that way for you, then maybe you're just not ready for this. Ricardo's expression is serious, but as I look into his eyes, all I can feel is the warmth of his hand on mine. I reflect on Ricardo's words for a moment, echoing him.
Not ready.
I look at his lips. Then I meet his eyes again. I want to kiss him.
Let's try again.
Try again?
Yeah!
I squeeze his hand and scoot closer on the bed. Looking him in the eyes, I take a deep breath to relax as he smiles reassuringly. You sure you're ready? I touch his cheek lightly with my free hand, drawing his face down a little closer. My pulse quickens, I'm nervous and excited. And I know that I'm not alone.
Yeah!
He leans forward and waits, his eyes shut, as he anticipates the feeling of his lips against mine. I lean forward myself to seal the space between us, and as his soft lips touch mine, I feel at peace. I know we'll be okay.
Carmen sounds good ending! Not an illusion!
Alright! So we are done with pairs. It was interesting. But honestly, I kind of liked James and Kitten Pink's stories a little more. And also, Ariadne is better than Carmelita. Even though they are the same people. Now, okay. Alright, that was pairs. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you in the next game. I think I'm gonna go take a nap because I feel like someone stomped on me. Anywho, until next time. Bye bye.